Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to our daily glorification of Srīmad Bhāgavatam. We are reading from Canto 1, The Creation, Chapter 16, How Parīkṣit received the age of Kali. And we are up to verse 26 to 30. Vinod Prabhu, can we please have the verse on the screen? Okay. So verse 26 to 30. Satyam shaucham daya kshantir tyagah santosharjavam samodamastapa samyam titiksho parati shrutam gnanam virakti aishwaryam shauryam tejo balam smritihi swatantra kaushalam kanti धैर्यं मार्दमएव च प्रागलभ्यं प्रशयशीलं सह ओजो बलं भगः गाम्भीर्यस्थैर्यम् आस्तिक्यं कीर्तमानो नहं कृतिः एते चान्य च भगवान् नित्या यत्र महागुणः प्रार्थ्या महत्वम् इच्छार्दिन् वियन्ति स्म कर्हिचिता तेनाहं गुणापात्रेण श्रीनिवासेन साम्प्रतम् शोचामि रहितं लोकं पाप्मना कालिने क्षतिम्. Word to word. Satyam, truthfulness. Saucham, cleanliness. Daya, intolerance of others' unhappiness. Kshanti, self-control. Tyagaha, magnanimity. Santos, self-satisfaction. Arjava, straightforwardness. Samaha, fixing of the mind. Damaha, control of the sense organs. Tapaha, trueness in one's responsibility. Samyam, indiscrimination between friend and foe. Titiksha, tolerance of the offenses of others. Uparitaha, indifference to loss and gain. Shrutam, following scriptural injunctions. Gnanam, knowledge, self-realization. Viraktihi, detachment from sense enjoyment. Aishwaryam, leadership. Shauryam, chivalry. Tejaha, influence. Balam, to render possible that which is impossible. Smritihi, to find one's proper duty. Swatantriam, not to depend on others. Kaushalam, dexterity in all activities. Kantihi, beauty. Dhairyam, freedom from disturbance. Mardhavam, kind-heartedness. Eva, thus. Cha, also. Pragalabhyam, ingenuity. Prashaya, gentility. Sheelam, mannerliness. Saha, determination. Ojaha, perfect knowledge. Balam, proper execution. Bhagaha, object of enjoyment. Gambhiryam, joyfulness. Sthairyam, immovability. Astikyam, faithfulness. Kirtihi, fame. Manaha, worthy of being worshipped. Ankarkritihi, pridelessness. Ete, all these. Cha anye, not many others. Cha, and. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nitya, everlasting. Yatra, where. Mahagunaha, great qualities. Pratyaha, worthy to possess. Mahatvam, greatness. Ichhadbihi, those who desire. Na, never. Viyanti, deteriorates. Sma, ever. Karhichit, at any time. Tena, by him. Aham, myself, Gunapatrena, the reservoir of all qualities. Shri, the goddess of fortune. Niveshena, by resting place. Sampratam, very recently. Shotami, I am thinking of. Rahitam, bereft of. Lokam, planets. Papamna, by the store of all sins. Kalina, by Kali, Ikshitam, is seen. Translation by His Loving Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. In him reside 1. Truthfulness, 2. Cleanliness, 3. Intolerance of another's unhappiness, 4. The power to control anger, 5. Self-satisfaction, 6. Straightforwardness, 7. Steadiness of mind, 8. Control of sense organs, 9. Responsibility. Responsibility. 10. Equality. 11. Tolerance. 12. Equanimity. 13. Faithfulness. 14. Knowledge. 15. Absence of sense enjoyment. 16. Leadership. 17. Chivalry. 18. Influence. 19. The power to make everything possible. 20. The discharge of proper duty. 21. Complete independence. 22. Dexterity. 23. Fullness of all beauty. 24. Serenity. 25. Kind-heartedness. 26. Ingenuity. 27. Gentility. 28. Magnanimity. 29. Determination. 30. Perfection in all knowledge. 31. Proper execution. 32. Possession of all objects of sense enjoyment. 33. Joyfulness. 34. Immovability. 35. Fidelity. 36. Fame. 37. Worship. 38. Pridelessness. 39. Being as the personality of Godhead. 40. Eternity. And many other transcendental qualities which are eternally present and are never to be separated from Him, the personality of Godhead, the reservoir of all good qualities and beauty. Lord Sri Krishna has now closed his transcendental pastime on the face of earth. In his absence, the age of Kali has spread his influence everywhere, and so I am sorry to see this condition of his existence. Would anyone like to read just the first paragraph of the purport?
I can.
Sure, Mataji, please go ahead.
Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Even if it were possible to count the atoms after smashing the earth into powder, still it would not be possible to estimate the unfathomable transcendental qualities of the Lord. It is said that Lord Anantadev has tried to expound the transcendental qualities of the Supreme Lord with his numberless tongues, and that for numberless years together it has been impossible to estimate the qualities of the Lord. The above statement of the qualities of the Lord is just to estimate his qualities as far as a human being is able to see him. But even if it is so, the above qualities can be divided into many subheadings. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, the third quality, intolerance of another's unhappiness, can be subdivided into protection of the surrendered souls and well wishes for the devotees. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord states that He wants every soul to surrender unto Him only. And He assures everyone that if one does so, He will get protection from the reactions of all sins. Unsurrendered souls are not devotees of the Lord, and thus there is no particular protection for everyone in general. For the devotees, He has all good wishes, and for those who are actually engaged in loving transcendental service of the Lord, He gives particular attention. He gives direction to such pure devotees to help them discharge their responsibilities on the path to Godhead. By equality, number 10, the Lord is equally kind to everyone, as the sun is equal in distributing its rays over everyone. Yet there are many who are unable to take advantage of sun rays. Similarly, the Lord says that surrendering unto Him is the guarantee for all protection from Him. But unfortunate persons are unable to accept this proposition, and therefore they suffer from material miseries, from all material miseries. So, even though the Lord is equally well wishing to everyone, the unfortunate living being, due to bad association only, is unable to accept His instructions in toto, and for this the Lord is never to be blamed. He is called the well wisher for the devotees only. He appears to be partial to his devotees, but factually, the matter rests on the living being to accept or reject equal treatment by the Lord. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Such a wonderful verse, I feel, and wonderful purport by Srila Prabhupada. Wonderful in a sense that it talks about the qualities of Krishna. And that means it gives us an opportunity to meditate on these qualities when we practice our sadhana. So coming back to verses, from verse 18 to 24, Dharma in the form of bull asked different questions to Bhumi Devi, who is in the form of cow, inquiring about her reasons for lamentation. Bhumi Devi, from verse 25 onwards, started responding to them. And so in today's 5 verses and up to verse 34, Bhumi Devi remembers Krishna's various qualities. And in this verse, there are 40 qualities of Krishna's are mentioned, but Nectar of Devotion describes Krishna has 64 qualities in fullness. Then the quality, then as the expansion comes down further, the quality, the number of quality reduces. So for example, Vishnu has 60 qualities. I think Lord Shiva has 55 qualities. We as a human being also possess some qualities from Krishna. And so while Krishna was on this planet, everything was nice. Gunapatrena is the word that is used, is the essence of these 5 verses that comes in the 30th verse. He is Tenaham Gunapatrena. That Krishna is the reservoir of all happiness. All Krishna is the reservoir of all qualities. So when Krishna was present on this planet, who is the reservoir of all good qualities, when he left, it seems that all the good qualities departed with him. The people in general in the age of Kali have become manipulative. It's the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. So all the kings that were there, they are also losing this quality, this goodness or quality of goodness, losing slowly. And the symptoms of Kali are seen everywhere. But in this painful situation, Bhumi Devi meditating on the Lord, as I said, giving us an opportunity to meditate upon the qualities of the Lord. And it feels that up to now in the verses, we were only, what we were only seeing is the symptoms of Kali, which is pretty much negativity. But now amongst these verses, this is like this verse brings a sweetness. So when we chant, we can remember, we can think of Krishna. Krishna is equal to everyone. How Krishna is truthful, how Krishna is kind, how Krishna is Socham, how he is Gunapatrena. And so when Krishna was here on the planet, he was here for around 125 years. And he used to walk on a Bhumi Devi, on the surface of earth, basically. And we have heard before also that when he was in Raja, actually he used to walk bare feet. And that means Bhumi Devi used to be in contact with Krishna all the time, always. Either he was in Raja or I was here in Dwarka or he was in Hastinapur, wherever Krishna goes, Bhumi Devi has always remained in touch. So now Krishna has left, Bhumi Devi is feeling this separation. Now, all the pure devotees of Krishna are always in contact with Krishna. They are never separated from Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarva cha mai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sacha nami pranashyati. That for those who see me everywhere and everything in me, I am never lost to them, nor they are lost to me. So then how is it that devotee feels separation if they see Krishna everywhere and Krishna in everything they see Krishna? We hear that Vrajavasi, Dwarkavasi, even when Krishna left Hastinapur, they were feeling separation. And in this verse, Bhumi Devi is describing her feeling. So how is it that if the devotee are always in contact with Krishna, they feel separation? And Prabhupada actually explains this very nicely in the purport of Canto 1, chapter 15, verse 28. Prabhupada says that the feeling of separation from the Lord is undoubtedly painful for the devotee. But it is because in connection with the Lord, it has a specific transcendental effect, which pacifies the heart. Feeling of separation are also source of transcendental bliss, and they are never comparable to contaminated material feelings of separation. Such a beautiful explanation. We heard in Krishna's pastime that when Krishna used to go to forest with his cowherd friends, gopis did not physically, took part in that lila, but their heart, because they were always in thoughts of Krishna, their heart went with Krishna, and because their heart went with Krishna, they were able to enjoy the company of Krishna through the strong feeling of separation. This is what Srila Prabhupada explains in Krishna book, that because the gopis of heart, the heart of the gopis were actually overwhelmed with the feelings of love of Krishna, wherever Krishna went, their hearts followed him. So the transcendental separation is not like a separation in this material world. Prabhupada explains that the loving feeling of separation from Krishna is not different from association with Krishna. And this is like a transcendental paradox. Prabhupada says in Krishna book specifically that they were able to enjoy his company, that is Krishna's company, through the strong feeling of separation. He is enjoying a company, but they are separated, But for us, the instruction from Srila Prabhupada is that we should cultivate this feeling, but instruction from Srila Prabhupada is that we cannot force it. Neither we can imitate the gopis or the topmost devotees. For us, we have to follow our sadhana practice. We have to follow the nine stages of devotional service. It is not imitated or artificially copied. It is a progressive stage. And slowly, as we learn or as we surrender to Krishna, these secrets are revealed to us. These secrets are further explained to us. So this is in regards to just understanding the feeling of Bhumi Devi, why she was feeling a separation. If Krishna was not here, how can we understand it? Now let's talk about the purport. So in purport, Srila Prabhupada elaborates on the quality of equality. So there are 40 qualities, and some of them Srila Prabhupada explains, elaborates in the purport, not all of them. So in the first paragraph, what we have heard, he actually talks about his quality of equality. The Sanskrit word here used is samyam, indiscrimination between the friend and foe. So let's try to expand on this. In real world, in our material world, we see that some people are more beautiful, some people are not so beautiful, or some people are wealthy, are intelligent, or sometimes some people are just given a better opportunities. So not everyone experiences the same kind of joy or privileges or pain. And we think, why such discrimination? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mamevamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, which means that all living beings are my amsha, are my parts and parcel. He also says in Bhagavad Gita 14.8 that he is the seed-giving father of all species of life. So we are all part and parcel of Krishna, not humans, the entire creation, all living beings. So it is expected that Krishna treats everyone equally. Then why do we see such discrimination amongst his own children? Or is the apparent discrimination is actually a reality or a partiality, or it is just something else? So again, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sammoham sarvabhuteshu na me devyosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mai teshu chapyaham. Sammoham sarvabhuteshu, that means sammoham, sam aham sarvabhuteshu. I am equal to all living beings, everyone. Name dveshyosti. Dvesha means envy. I don't hate or I don't envy anyone. Na priyaha. Not everyone, no one is priya to me, or I am not partial to anyone. Tu. It comes in the second line, tu means but. Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya. If whoever renders service to me into devotion, mai te shu chapyaham, then I see that him as my friend, and I am also friend to him. That means I am inclined to those people who serve me, who loves me, who does bhajan, who does my bhajan. Right? So just keep the thought in first two. Initially, we said that Krishna is Father, we are his Amsha, so there should be no discrimination. Why such disparity? Now Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that, okay, I have inclination to those who worship me, who does my bhajan, who loves me. Again in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthayam samvami yuge yuge. Paritranaya sadhunam, Krishna protects sadhus. Vinashaya cha dushkritam, Krishna punishes the miscreants. Dharma samsthapanasayam sambhavami yuge yuge, and to establish the principles of religion, he appears yuga after yuga. So in this verse also, and Prabhupada also mentioned this in purport, that there are two treatments he mentioned. First, if you are a sadhu, Krishna will protect you. But if you are a demon, Krishna will punish you. That means there is a favoritism towards sadhu. So the inequality in treatment that we see is actually according to the individual nature and activities. And then there are examples. Of this in Shastra, in Bhagavatam. Let's take the example of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. They both were miscreants. They both were demons. They both were harassing. His devotees. Hiranyaksha was harassing Bhumi Devi. Hiranyakashipu was harassing Narsimadev. Lord appeared, not Prahlad Maharaj, sorry. And Lord appeared, killed the demons, and saved his devotee. Killed Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, and saved Bhumi Devi, and saved Prahlad Maharaj. Another example, when Bali Maharaj was actually was up to reaching the state of Indra, and Indra approached Vishnu that, oh, Bali Maharaj is reaching my state. He was fearful of his kingdom. So to reinstate Indra's kingdom of heaven, Lord appeared as a Vaman Dev, and he took everything from Bali Maharaj. He took Indra's kingdom by cheating. I'm using word cheating at the moment, by cheating Bali Maharaj. Right? Another example is churning of the milk ocean. When the nectar comes out, the Lord appeared as a Mohini Murti and distributed the nectars only to the demigods. And when the demons found out, Rahu and Ketu, found out that Lord is giving nectars to Mohini Murti and giving somras to the demons, what happens is they actually change their appearance as a demigod, and they join the queue of demigod. Krishna, Lord in the form of Mohini Murti, finds that out. He takes out the Sudarshan Chakra and chop the head of those demons, so that they cannot swallow the nectar further through in the body. So this is the extent of Lord's partiality. And because Lord has the examples that we have seen or we talked about, he has favored demigods in so many instances. He's also known as Surapriya, or the one who is dear to demigods, or one who is dear to demigods. So then question comes, okay, Krishna is the father, he should treat equally, but then Krishna has some favoritism. He says that in a Bhagavad Gita, then there are examples of his behavior in that manner. So why this disparity? Or is this a disparity or reciprocity? And then Prabhupada talks about that in the Bhagavad as well. That actually this characteristic of the Lord is not his disparity, but the difference in treatment is actually is because of his reciprocal nature. Some people expect God, some people go to Lord to fulfill their material desire. That comes in Bhagavad Gita as well. 4 types of people go, Arto, Arthati, Jignashu, right? And then according to their desire, Krishna satisfies their desire. Some people desire to achieve impersonal liberation, so Krishna awards that. Some people just want to serve him selflessly. So, and there is no expectation in return. So Krishna reciprocates them accordingly. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tasdeva bhajamyaham. So that is why different people achieve different results because of their intention and their endeavors. Now, when we think of the concept of partiality and we try to understand in the context of human nature, what happens is we as a human understand the concept of partiality because we are under the influence of material modes of nature. We have likes and dislikes, we have happiness and distress. And in that relation, and because of the duality, we perceive partiality on a material plane. But Krishna is not material. Krishna is beyond the modes of material nature. Krishna is Nirguna. He is Atmaram. He is self-satisfied. He is Gunatit. So for him, he is not under pressure or not under influence to act in a certain way or to act in a partial way. You know, when he takes sides of the demigod, it's not that he is dependent on the demigod or he is asking something from the demigod. Similarly, when he punishes the demon, it's not that he suffers the reaction of this punishment, nor he is fearful of the demons. So he has nothing to achieve by favoring the demigod or destroying the demons. He is unlike he's not like an ordinary selfish materialistic people. There is no need for him to be partial. And you know, just focusing on a Samudra Manthan Leela, Srila Sukadeva Goswami actually has he explains the different outcomes to demons and demigods very nicely in Srimad Bhagavatam. In the purport, in the verse 8.9.28, Sukadeva Goswami says, the place, the time, the cause, the purpose, the activity, and the ambition were all same for both demigods and the demons. But the demigods achieved one result and the demon received another. Because demigods are always under the shelter of the dust of the lotus feet, Lord's lotus feet. They could very easily drink the nectar and get his result. The demons, however, not having sought the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, were unable to achieve the result they desired. So it is basically their activities were different. One demigods were under the shelter, the demons were not. In the next verse of the purport, Srila Prabhupada says the distinction between the materialistic activity and the spiritual activity is only that materialistic activity is performed to satisfy oneself. Spiritual activity is meant to satisfy the transcendental senses of the Lord. And this is a very nice principle for us to apply to something to take home, that when we have to make choice between our activities, we can apply is, okay, is my activity satisfying my senses, or is my activity satisfying Krishna's senses? Is my activity bringing me close to Krishna or taking me away from Krishna? I realize it is 7 o'clock, but it is a public holiday, so I seek your approval to just complete on this quality of equality. It should take another 5-10 minutes. Yes. So the disparity that we see is not a disparity, is Krishna's reciprocity. It is Krishna's reciprocal nature. And so then, if we think that way, then that Krishna's reciprocal nature also is, we try to think in a logical sense, it is common sense. In a mundane example, it is natural, it is natural to reciprocate the way we are treated. We are often asked this question in interviews that, how would you, in a customer-facing job, and the most quoted line that I would like to treat the customer the way I wanted to be treated. So if the people treat us respectfully, we give them respect. If they mistreat us, we either stay away from this, or sometimes we speak or act against them. So similarly, God is equal to everyone. He gives more attention to his surrender devotees. And this favoritism, which appears as a favoritism, is not a fault, but it is his ornament. And in this regard, actually, and Prahlad Maharaj actually verifies this. When he offers his prayer to Lord Nrsimhadev, he says, unlike an ordinary living entity, my Lord, you do not discriminate between the friends and the enemies, the favorable and the unfavorable. Because for you, there is no connection, no conception of higher and lower. Nonetheless, you offer your benedictions according to the levels of one's service, exactly as a desired tree delivers fruit according to one's desire, and makes no distinction between the lower and the higher. Bhagavatam 7.9.27. So there is no disparity. Krishna is reciprocal. The reciprocity is natural. Then another dimension to that is Lord is well-wisher to everyone. And we can understand this by the simple example of the mother's love. Sometimes mother love child, sometimes she chastises the child. But in each activity of loving or chastisement, it is actually tuned in with the child's behavior, their mood, and their needs. So underlying emotion in all those behavior is love. And the same holds true for God. When God is strict with some people, he punishes. But that is only out of his compassion upon them. When he kills demons, he liberates them from demoniac life. And we will see those examples. We have seen many, and it will come as we study further in Bhagavatam. Thus, Lord is the well-wisher of everyone. He shows compassion to different people in a different ways according to their condition. So though apparently it seems that Krishna kills the demon, he punishes the demon, but he looks at the reason to show them how he actually, show them his causeless mercy by liberating them. And the famous example we know is Putana. Aho bakiyam stanakalaputam jhingasayapayayadvasadvi lebhe gatim dratyuchitam tatonyam kamva dayalum sharanam rajema. So this is Uddhava speaking in Canto 3. He is basically again verifying that how merciful the Lord is. The translation of the word of this verse goes as, alas, how shall I take shelter of the one of more merciful than him, Lord Krishna, who granted the position of mother, she demon Putana, although she was unfaithful and had prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. So Putana's intention was the worst intention ever, to kill the Lord. But Lord, because she was, though it was not favorable, she was thinking about the Lord. Lord gave her the position of the mother. So even if one thinks Krishna in anger or envy, but because of this constant thinking, he gets liberated by his mercy. So then think about the devotees, or think about ourselves. This gives a little solace when we think, okay, we have to practice so much bhakti, that how much fortunate we are that when we try to lovingly remember or serve Krishna, he will be liking it, and he is of course going to look after us. Bhagavatam says that one should always focus on one's mind on Krishna somehow or other. So the Lord's causeless mercy in liberating both the devotees and the demon is clearly distinguishing that he is not the ordinary living entity. He is beyond. He is the supreme. And just a last comment on this topic, that now Krishna also doesn't favor who does more service and neglect who does less. So Krishna sees the attitude. Attitude is greater than the magnitude of the service. He accepts the mood in which the service is done. He is Bhavagrahi Janardana. Example, Sabri. What Sabri offered is the half-eaten berries, and Lord Ram accepted with such a love. Another example is Duryodhan and Vidur. When Lord Krishna visits to Hastinapur as Shantidut, Duryodhan prepared, fancy feast for the Lord, but instead of eating in his palace, Lord chose to go to Vidura's place and eat a simple food. Vidurani, just so much in awestruck, so much in a feeling that the Lord has arrived to her, she was actually throwing banana and offering a banana peel to Krishna. And Krishna was accepting that lovingly. So it's not how much you do, it's about the attitude, how the service is performed. And mature devotees of the Lord understands this. So, or whatever happiness or distress that they come in their life, they see as they keep Krishna in the center. They see as the mercy sent by Krishna, and he does not complain that God has given me distress, and in happiness they are forgetting God. It's not like that. Ordinary people who are not God conscious, it is their behavior. So Lord is not partial to anyone, but he reciprocates according to our moods, our deeds. He is specially inclined to devotees because they love him, because they serve him with their all heart. And he is merciful to demon as well, because by removing their negative attitude, he punishes them mercifully so that they can be uplifted also. So in either case, Krishna is a loving father. He is the supreme well-wisher. He is not partial. He is reciprocal. Even if not reciprocal, he is merciful. He is kind to all of us. So yes, this is there is so much in this purport that can be said. There is so much that can be added, but I would stop here. If anyone has any question or correction or comments, please feel free and share. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much for a very nice class. Thank you. Hare Krishna. No question. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, so we conclude our session here. Granthrat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna willing, you all have a nice Krishna conscious day. And we see you all shortly for our Japa retreat. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, and thank you very
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
much, class. Haribo.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
See you
Krishna.
all later. Haribo.
Rajal
Thank
Mataji.
you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.